So putting the right leg forward, I'm doing my left leg, I'm doing a mirror image. So your right leg forward, we've got a bow stance. So the front foot straight ahead, the knees over in line with the toe too. This back foot here open about 45 degrees. So I'm not opening here, I'm not totally straight ahead, about 45, even 60 degrees. You can get your protractor out if you need to. And the back leg is straight. And I have my feet about the width of 2 fists between. So my feet are underneath my hips. So there's some sense of stability side to side. My left hand is on my hip, would be your right hand. If you get your right leg forward, your right hand will be on the hip. And I'm letting my arm swing. So I'm being aware of this center line through the body that we just worked with. So central axis in the body. And I'm just turning on that axis. The sense of turning is the same as what we just did. The arm really loose, arms like a bit of cord, your hand like a weight. So my arm is only moving because of the turn of my body here. So my arm is really loose. Then I use the waist here to generate this circle. So as my arm comes up at the front, palm's up, palm turns over and down at the back. Up at the front, palm down at the back. So there's this rotation going through the shoulder joint. I'm naturally breathing down into my belly. I'm not keeping my breath up into my chest like this. So we want to gradually build this up to 50 at a time. Then we build it to 100, which takes about 3 minutes to do generally, 100 circles, which is a really good time frame to open the shoulder. These exercises need a bit of time and frequency of practice, so consistent practice to hold in your body. So this exercise is creating a traction force through the entire arm, especially the shoulder, and it's affecting the tendons of every part of the vertebra. So it's creating like sustained traction as if someone was grabbing your arm and just keeping you on a bit of a pull. One way I can make this sense of traction come is to think about I'm holding a bucket of water. As I swing, the weight of the bucket is making this sense of traction through my body. Relax, change your side. So we've got about that hip width or 2 fists between the feet for width of the step. Step back to a comfortable length, about 45 to 60 degrees with the back leg. Weight in the front leg, about 70%. Shoulders relaxed. Some of these points I didn't mention we did at the side, which is fine. We learned these in layers. Layered learning is a really good way of learning all this. The body's very complex. So I've got the straight lines through my body, arm really loose, hand like a piece of weight. And I use the waist here. So if your shoulder's really sore to do this, you're just giving you some pain doing it. We don't want to go into pain. You may only be able to do this now. You might better start to swing it a bit more. It's fine. You might be able to do this. You might have to do that for a couple of weeks. That's fine. It'll keep opening the area. You may need to slowly circle your arm if you find that it's a bit too much to do it too fast. So we're just slowly circling. To do a full circle where the bicep touches your ear, that full range is painful for a lot of people. It's too stiff in the AC joint, which is fine. So we just make it go where it can go. So I'm just circling out here. As I get more open, I can make the circle bigger, but I don't want any pain. And as the shoulder feels better and better, I start to speed it up. And I make the connection come from the waist. So we're linking arm and waist together. Children do this exercise all the time. They swing their arms around, you just watch them. They swing their arms, the spine's always straight, they breathe in their belly. They have really good posture. We're just bringing the body back to this state as it was as a child. We're softening things that have become hard in the joints, in the fascia, attitudes in the mind. If you soften your body, you will soften your attitude. Guarantee it. You become real rigid and too mental, disconnect from your heart, guarantee your body will become rigid. And you'll sense the loss of kindness, loss of compassion in your heart for yourself and other people. So it's really good to soften your body. We use the body to help alter the psychology for the better. My record of doing this was 15 minutes each arm. I was using a Dantian breathing technique as a form of Qigong. My shoulders were very, very open. They're not far off now. Probably take me about 3 days to do a lot of that training and my shoulder will be open like it was about 10 years ago when I was doing that. So once the body's open from doing practice, if it shuts down a bit, it can open up very fast doing similar exercises. So this exercise is very important for shoulder, arm, spine health. I've had a student heal tennis elbow from doing this. People get rid of radicular nerve problems in their arms, painful neck that come from work, gone in one session, lots of things. People don't get frozen shoulders, just don't get it, who do this regularly. And relax.